Are you in motion or are you stagnant? That's a question that we each have to ask ourselves. And sometimes it's kind of hard to answer. But being that our bodies are made up of nearly 80% water, it is required that we stay in motion and we continue to push forward, because to stop is to become stagnant, and stagnant water breeds sickness. You know, people say they came from the dirt, they come from the bottom. Well, there's a thing about being on the bottom. There's something about being in that dirt that is a motivator. And that is that if you ever noticed, the harder you hit the dust, the higher it goes. So the harder you are able to be hit, the higher you are capable of going. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your situation is. You can be stagnant for years and have suffered throughout that entire time due to whether it be mental anguish, something someone did to you, something someone said to you, something that you did to someone, or something that you said to someone else. Mental anguish comes in many flavors. It comes in many packages. But it is up to us to begin stepping into motion. I appreciate y'all for joining. Rachel, Daniel, Mary, y'all good morning. I hope that you enjoy. But see, that's what we do. See, we as people, we're made up of water. We're nearly 80% water. So we have a tendency to take the path of least resistance. But the path of least resistance is not always the best path. It's not always the way that you should go. Because water can be dammed up for years. And when it is, it's locked away from motion. It becomes stagnant. It breeds things like water scorpion, nepidae, fungus, other things that cause sickness, ill health. If you drink stagnant water, it will kill you. If you swim in stagnant water, if you've ever done that, you know how nasty that can be. Even its smell is disgusting. But as soon as where the water's dammed up breaks, as soon as it pushes through that barrier, it begins to purify almost instantly. And as so long as it stays in motion, it continues to purify. It continues to cleanse itself. And water in motion cleanses. It doesn't just cleanse itself. Water in motion breathes life into everything around it. People are attracted to the sound of moving water. People are not attracted to stagnant people. So no matter where you are in your life, no matter how old you are, no matter what has happened to you in your past that has held you where you are, just begin to make small changes. Begin to move forward and push through everything. And I promise you that water will purify. And you'd be surprised at what will come to life all around you when you're just in motion. I'm not going to make this live very long this morning. I'm going to try and keep it short. But I just wanted to share that with y'all because it was on my mind. And that is that we are made up of water. We can't allow ourselves to become stagnant. We can't allow ourselves to sit in one place for too long. The path of least resistance is the one that water is known for. That's why people attempt to take the path of least resistance. But it is not the path that leads to strength. It leads to stagnancy. And that leads to sickness. And that leads to death. So stay in motion. And remember that when you are at your bottom, when you're down in the dirt, the harder you get hit. The harder you hit the dirt, the harder you hit the dust, the higher it's going to go. So yeah, you're going to get hit hard. There are things in this world we cannot change. Things happen. There are things we do not have control over. But what we do have control over is the motion of our mind. So keep your gears turning and stay in motion. Make sure that the water that makes up your body is purified, and never allow it to become stagnant by sitting in one place for too long. We only have so much time in a day. We only have so much time in this world. Invest your time wisely and push yourself forward. Hey Robert, hey everybody, I appreciate y'all for joining me on today's little Tucker's Morning Motivation. Today's gonna be a quick one. It's just it's short, sweet, and simple. But see, some people wonder. I mean, they say, "Well, man, that's awesome. I can purify myself by taking action and being in motion. But how do I do that? How do I go about that?" It's very simple. You begin to make little changes each day. If you woke up at 5 a.m. yesterday, wake up at 4:50 a.m. today. If your alarm is set to go off in 30 minutes and you wake up 30 minutes before, just get up anyway. It's just 30 minutes. But that 30 minutes there's something that you could do during that 30 minutes that could change your entire day. So take every opportunity to make a change, no matter how small, even if it's getting out of bed on the other side. Because if we continue to do the things that we do repetitively, we become stagnant. If we sit in one place for too long, we become stagnant. Stagnancy breeds illness. Illness leads to death. You're made up of almost 80% water. Make sure that you stay in motion. And don't take the path of least resistance. Don't forget to join me today at 10 a.m. for Mr. John Holman. He is our hustler of the day on episode number 12 of Stay Humble, Hustle Hard Live. I really appreciate y'all joining me for today's little morning motivation. I hope that the message resonates with you and that you're able to take something into your day from this, and maybe it'll be that spark in the darkness for you. So be the blessing and share this message with someone else. Hit the notifications button so that you get notified every time that I go live. Don't forget to check out Stay Humble, Hustle Hard Live Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. And don't forget, be the blessing for someone.